DJMTV.
We are going to talk to everybody. We're going to bring everybody back. And let me also say too that I want to salute my brother, the governor of the state, Mr. Godwin Obaseki. I would like to appeal to him to return to the party. In every family, you have disagreement. Let it not be said that it was this disagreement that pushed him out. I made that mistake before, and I've come to realize that it was a grievous error. And I would not want him as a senior brother to make the same mistake. So I would like to appeal to him to set aside his anger and to come back. In APC, is recognized as a leader, but a new party you are going to, it will be difficult for them to accept you as a leader. So it might be nice for him to come back. But certainly, we are ready to work with him and all well-meaning Edo people. We believe that it's time we bring peace to our states.
Welcome to DJMTV, where you get latest news updates. If today is your first time seeing our videos, you are at the right channel, and we promise not to disappoint you as we are here to update you on all trending and latest news. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this, and you are welcome on board. Please share, comment and like our work, as this gives us the strength and ability to carry on with our good work. Let's get into the main news. Untold story of how Obaseki emerged. The defection of Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki to the People's Democratic Party (PDP) on June 19 was one of the major victories in his political career. That move, which Obaseki even confessed, was a revival of his political career after his disqualification by the All Progressives Congress (APC) screening committee, had been described by many as money gulping. Investigations by Saturday Telegraph revealed that the governor had made the move to join PDP when it became obvious to him that APC would not give him tickets. But many people have said that Obaseki paid to join the PDP. Who did he pay to, and how much did he pay to get the PDP tickets? Obaseki was nearly milked dry. One of the multiple sources that spoke with our correspondents on the matter, Okaridia Ihimikpen, is a chieftain of the PDP in Edo State. He revealed that the governor had to pay heavily to get the party's nomination. Being among the 6 people that held the first PDP meeting in 1998, he is adjudged as one of the oldest members of the party in Edo State, who knows the inner secrets of the party. He said, it was not easy for Obaseki. He had to pay many dues and debts to ensure that he succeeded in the game. I won't be able to quantify how much he spent, but he paid every payable person in the party. I can tell you that they milked him dry before they accepted him, he said. The one-time director of communication during the Chief Lucky Ibinidion's regime, who is popularly called Living Ancestor, also alleged that the governor placed some people on his payroll and agreed to give out political appointments as part of the negotiating strategy. I can tell you that so many PDP members are already on his payroll. He had promised them different political positions as palliative measures. That is the extent he went. It was not a tea party for him. That is why he can stand up to say he would win the election, he said. On the retaining of the deputy governor, Philip Shaibu, as the running mate to the PDP candidate, Ihimikpen further alleged that Obaseki had to pay a separate fee for that, as well as those that defected along with him. It was another payment before giving him the party's ticket and allowing all members of his team into the PDP. Like I told you, I said money changed hands. I cannot tell you the amount of money. When the man was begging here and there, first of all he started with South PDP governors. He was doing it gradually. Even when he went to the top, some PDP top shots in Edo went and laid ambush for him, but the man knew the game and was able to navigate his way through. In politics, for you to bulldoze your way in top situations like that, it is not normal and not always easy. You and I know that the man must have spent a fortune to get to where he is today in the PDP. At a time, the slogan was the highest bidder, and when something changed hands, Governor Wike became furious and said, "Ha, it is like these guys want the highest bidder, they are tax collectors," he said. To further confirm that he was actually sure of his comments, Ihimikpen was asked again to clarify whether the PDP leaders agreed to sell the ticket to Governor Obaseki. The one called Living Ancestor answered in the affirmative. You asked a question that you have seen the answer, and you are asking again for another answer. If you say the party's publicity secretary said that the PDP ticket was not for sale, so, now, how did Obaseki get it? How did Obaseki get it if it was not for sale? Did he merit it? Was there any serious party primary? How did he pass through the hurdles where people had to be stepping down? As a journalist, you will now do your analysis whether it was for sale or not, he explained. Also, one of the aides to a serving commissioner in the state who spoke on condition of anonymity said, "These politicians are terrible people. Is it not the money the governor refused to spend for APC leaders that he is now spending on PDP people? We that have been suffering for him since the crisis but now beg our friends from the PDP to give us something to buy a bottle of beer." One of my friends from Edo Central who is a delegate told me that he was given an 150,000. Record has it that between 3,000 and 5,000 delegates from the 18 local government areas of Edo State gathered at the Dr. Samuel Obemudia in Benin City to vote Governor Obaseki. You can imagine how much money has been spent on delegates alone. In fact, Governor Obaseki's defection from APC to PDP was a harvest for most PDP top leaders in the state. We from APC that followed him to PDP have nothing to show for it. I followed him because of my principle. We are also waiting for them to settle us too, because we also have our followers who are waiting for us in our various villages. Another PDP delegate from Ovia Southeast who gave his name as Emmanuel Obasuye Osaro said, "Yes, I'm very happy that PDP has come to power once again in Edo State. We have suffered neglect for the past 12 years, lost all our political positions to Adams Oshiomhole and his team. But today it is a big joy to me that we are back to our former position in the state. For the past years in opposition, I have never seen an 150,000 as political money, but today I'm happy that I was given some money as a delegate. But for Obaseki's defection I wouldn't have gotten this amount of cash that I have now. I want to thank him that he did not give the money to our greedy party leaders. I wouldn't have seen one kobo. We are all going back to our base to our various wards to commence work for him. It is Obaseki or no election in Edo State." Discussions on Shuaibu. Though the PDP National Publicity Secretary, Kola Olobondiyan, denied knowledge of the governor paying money to the party, another PDP source, who confided in Saturday Telegraph confirmed that money changed hands. "Does anybody pay money to join a party? There is nothing of such," Olobondiyan told Saturday Telegraph. However, it was gathered that some PDP bigwigs were demanding N6 billion for Obaseki to run with his deputy, an amount he reportedly said was on the high side. "Obaseki discussing with us, but we have concluded that part and moved on," the highly placed official said, noting that the amount was infinitesimal compared to what he paid to join the party and secure its ticket. According to a party source, the governor parted with between an 8 to N12 billion to settle the party's national leadership for the Shuaibu slot to sail through, while the negotiations for the PDP ticket also cost him huge sums of money. Wicked lies from APC members. Reacting, the leadership of the PDP in Edo State described as recalcitrant, wicked and reckless, the allegations in some quarters that Obaseki paid to secure the party's governorship ticket to pave way for emergence as the party's candidate. Noting that Obaseki and the 3 governorship aspirants that stepped down took the decisions in interest of Edo people, the party noted that allegations could be likened to a quarrelsome housewife who out of ignorance and foolishness drove away her husband that had loved her so much only to realize his value and importance after he must have married a second wife who cherishes him with so much love. The publicity secretary of the PDP in the state, Chris Nehikare, during an interview with Saturday Telegraph said the allegation emanated from the pit of hell and reckless voices of members of the APC who drove Obaseki away from their fold because of greed and selfish political aggrandizements that have torn the party into shreds at the state and national levels. Nehikare explained that neither Obaseki and Shuaibu nor the trio of Barrister Kenneth Imasuabon, Engineer Gideon Ikine and Omorige Obide Ihama paid a dime to move into the party, stressing that they as noblemen decided on their own to join the PDP because of its ideology as a democratic party with the interest of the people as its focus and attraction. "I can tell you categorically that Obaseki did not need to pay anybody or anybody demanded any amount of money for him to join the party. The negotiations that took place were because whenever there is going to be a merger or even in marriages people discuss so that they know how they will move in future. For our candidates or aspirants, by the time these discussions reached the stage where they were all satisfied, they stepped down for a smooth election of Obaseki. This was done not for the interest of the PDP but for the interest of Edo people, realizing that Obaseki is a better candidate than the other party, APC, he stated. Obaseki, Shaibu blast APC. Meanwhile, Obaseki and Shaibu have fired salvo at the APC leaders for undemocratic character exhibited during the crisis that led to their defecting to the PDP. Speaking during a visit to Engineer Gideon Ikain's camp office, Obaseki described APC as a lawless political party that has no regards for constituted authority. I'm very happy to stand here today and watch my brother Engineer Gideon Ikain speak. Today you would agree with me that history is being made not only in Edo State but in the entire country Nigeria. Democracy has taken a new direction. I was in a system before where old politicians see themselves as lords, where things are done with recourse to law. A political party that is lawless, party without ideology, a party where people do things with impunity where integrity does not anything to them, a party where there is no justices and fairness, so I left APC because I do not like their impunity. Also, Shaibu said that Edo people are ready to swim the big ocean with Obaseki for continuation of the delivery of the dividends of democracy which he promised them in 2016. He however noted that the decision to dump APC was not an easy one, but said that it was necessary to follow his principle because of the love and wonderful work that the state governor is doing in the state. I want to tell the peace-loving people of Edo State that we are always there for them. We appreciate the support they have given to us since we came on board in 2016. We are together in this battle to free Edo State from the hands of bad people. As the election draws near, I urge everybody to be calm and our great party, the PDP, so that we can both achieve our aims. I'm happy that Edo State is now a PDP state while APC is now the opposition party. Why Buhari failed to move against Wike, Fayose, Femi Adesina. The special advisor to President Muhammadu Buhari on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, has disclosed the reason why President Muhammadu Buhari did not move against the door of former governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Fayose, and Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State. The Foursquare pastor stated this on Friday in his weekly article, stressing that the president could have dealt with the governors for their combative, truculent, if not at times insulting, style, but he chose to ignore them because he is a father of the nation. In the article titled, Wike Vindicates Buhari's, the president's mouthpiece stated that the recent actions of the governor of Rivers State goes contrary to what he has been doing previously. It would be recalled that Governor Nyesom Wike recently praised Buhari for the refund of the N78.9 billion spent by the state on some federal government projects, and he even enjoined the president for a state visit. Adesina wrote, "The Wike we knew was either usually crying wolf where there was none, alleging that the federal government wanted to kill him, or claiming that he was not answerable to the central government at Abuja in any way, or even pontificating that the president and his political party, the All Progressives Congress, had failed the country in diverse ways. If not for the maturity and the avuncular attitude of President Buhari to all state governors, it would have been easy for one to conclude that he and Wike were enemies." First one ones. There was also the then Ekiti State Governor, Ayo Fayose, who had formed a tag team with Wike in the anti-Buhari tendency. The president could have dealt with them in many ways, either overtly or covertly, but he let them be. He was a father ready to tolerate his many children, irrespective of their differing idiosyncrasies, propensities and predilections. On Wike's invitation to the president for a state visit, Adesina said, in January 2018, there had been vicious killings in some parts of the country. States affected were Benue, Taraba, Plateau, Yobe, Rivers and Zamfara. The president decided to embark on sympathy and solidarity visits to the states. All the governors were receptive, except Wike, who said the visit was a smokescreen, meant to revive the dying APC in Rivers State. He added, when about 20 people were killed on New Year Day 2018, in Omoku area of the state, and the president wanted to visit, Wike demurred. He said there were killings every day all over the country, and it meant the president must visit every state on a daily basis. The circle has turned fully round, and Governor Wike is inviting the president to visit. He says he's a president for every state of the federation and all Nigerians. Wonderful. Some people say it is an 78.9 billion that is working, and the governor is clearly inebriated by that windfall. But I don't think so. Rivers is by no means a poor state. The amount is handsome, no doubt, but the state is oil-rich, and can hold her own when it comes to finances. I rather choose to believe that Governor Wike had been playing a curious kind of politics all along, and now, fairness and justice have touched him in a positive way. Thank you for all your time listening to us. Thanks for all your
DJ LTV.